Hi guys, it's your boy Bob coming back to you again with another message of peace. I salute you as always in the name of peace. But before all, let's thank the Almighty for allowing us to be alive another day. Let's thank Him for peace. Let's thank Him for wealth. Let's thank Him for health. Let's thank Him for prosperity in our lives. Above all, let's thank Him for love. Amen. You know, I just want to come to you guys. I was reading something today, right? It really opened my mind, honestly. It's a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind, right? When I was reading that book, right, what I understood is this, right? That psychologists said that whatever we hear, basically the only thing that is true in that what we hear a lot of times, we only take basically 2 or 3% from what we hear. Everything else is filtered. It is filtered by our understanding, by our conditioning in our mind, the way our mind works. So for instance, someone tell you something, right? Out of what that person tells you, you only understand about 2%. Everything else is projected, is your own projection. That is filtering what the other person is saying to you. Therefore, there is a misunderstanding. And the only way you can listen to a person clearly and understand what that person is saying is by stopping to listen to yourself, basically. For instance, I'm talking to you, right? Let's say we're having a little argument. While you are listening to me, the thought running into your mind, you are so much in a rush to cut me and answer me. Therefore, you are not listening to really what I'm saying. In order to fully understand what a person is saying to you, not even understand, understand the person, because you understanding the person. And the way to understand the person is when you understand yourself. It is an inner standing. You standing inside, not understand. Understand that you standing below. And whenever you standing below, you are not thinking higher. Therefore, you are below. Under standing. And inner standing. You are standing inner. So what I'm trying to say is this, right? You see many relationships. When I say relationship, I'm not talking about just men and women. I'm talking about friends, not only couples, family, mother, father, brothers, wife, whatever, these are just relationships that we have. The reason most of the time we fight is because there is not an understanding. Because when understanding comes, wisdom comes. With wisdom, understanding. With understanding, patience comes in. When someone says something, right? Or when we are living with a person, 99% of the time, we are not living with these people. We are just living with them in our mind. Basically, the projection that we have about these people is what we are seeing all the time when we are watching them. I'll give you a very simple example. Take two couples, husband and wife. When they are seeing each other, they are seeing each other through the projection that they have in their mind. You say, for instance, this person, you cannot trust him. That's your understanding in your mind. It's a projection. Therefore, you throw that to the other person and then you see that. You don't see the real person. When you are with your kids, majority of times is the expectation that you have of them to become so that you can feel good about it or look good. That's what you see. You don't see your true kids. That's why most of the time in the West now, people are going for a retreat, right? People are going into yoga, into mysticism, right? Basically to understand yourself. Because when you go on projection to people and against life, this is the reason you are so frustrated, because anything something happen, you project the way your mind is working. When the person is talking, you project what you think about them. Therefore, you answer them accordingly. Even though they do not mean what they're saying, but since you are projecting it and then from your own understanding, you're projecting that to the other person, you answer them in a mean way without understanding where they are coming from or what they were trying to say to you. This is the reason we fight all the time. So in any way a relationship can succeed in this life, or the way to live peacefully in this life without reacting to people but responding, because the difference between responding and reacting is that when you respond to a person, you are living in the present moment. You are open, listening to that person, and then you respond accordingly to what they say, without adding anything to that, without diminishing anything to that. When you are reacting to a person, you are reacting from the past. Whatever happened in the past, you react to that, and then you answer that person. Like you fought with a person yesterday, and that person said something that you did not like. Today you see that person, probably that person is not even feeling that envy or enmity, or is sorry for what they said yesterday to you, but you project what they said yesterday today. Therefore, there is no understanding. Even that person comes to tell you, forgive me, I'm sorry. What you do, you don't even pay them no heed. You don't even listen to what they say. Or many times you listen to what they say, but you do not accept it. You harbor enmity in your heart against what they did. Therefore, by harboring this in your heart, you're getting yourself sick. Because when they say forgive, it doesn't mean forget what happened. You are forgiving to release whatever happened to you. Whatever they said to you, you release it from you. You're not holding it. And whenever the thought that comes into your mind about what they did to you yesterday, you understand it's just a thought. It came, it's gonna go. You try to sit down. Sometimes they say, like in meditation, they ask you to sit down and then watch your thought. By understanding, thought just come and go. By coming and going, they're not part of you anymore. They are just thought, like cloud. They're moving around, right? This cloud is the same thing you see in the sky, right? When you look at the sky, there's bluish under, right? But below sky, or those, not sky, I'm saying, the cloud, right? The cloud, you see the cloud moving, and when they clear, you see the blue sky. So therefore, thoughts are like those. So therefore, you should be able to sit down and learn how to witness that and see the sky, true sky. But the thought, just allow them to move. They will go and come back. But that requires practice. Take time to learn. So therefore, when you understand that, you forgive people and then you move on with your life. You can love them from afar, not by holding anything against them, because you are hurting yourself, right? So therefore, it is so sad we live with people. You live with a person for 10 years, 20 years. You said you understand that person. You know that person. And the minute you think you know a person, you have already put them in a box. You will not see them no more. How can you know someone? Let's say today I was a thief. You knew me as a thief. Tomorrow I'm not a thief. Do you know me that way also? How do you know me that time? Do you know me as the thief that stole something? Or you know me as Ba? Or whatever name you can call me. Right now, the way I am, right? So I'm saying you cannot know a person. People changes every day. So we have to find a way to open our eyes, right? And see what it is. You see a person, you're not judging them. You learn to understand how people work. Understand yourself. That's why they say work on yourself first, and then you'll be able to work others. Or you know what, you become like a light. People will see you like they love this guy, they envy him, they want to be like him. You are not pushing them to do something. We all do that, but it is time to stop that. You know, if you especially in this day and age we are living, with all this pandemic happening in life, war here, this and that, whatever is happening, we have to understand peace first comes within ourselves. The reason people are fighting is because they're not peaceful. We understand that is happening. So therefore, what can we do? We can be peaceful on our own selves. We can understand ourselves. Therefore, we will go on life responding to life, not reacting. Because all of us, we are just reacting to life. Something happened, you react. You're angry, you're frustrated, you want to speak like this, you don't even understand yourself. You understand? You are reacting to people. But responding is different. Someone does something, you look at it. Jesus said, forgive your friend 70 times 7, right? You look at that person. When you look at that person, why you start giving them excuses. I'm not talking about crime. I'm talking about small things that happen between us in our relationship. You see what the person did. You think about yourself. Why did they do this, you know? Maybe there's a reason they did it. You ask them, why did they do this? They explain to you. Your child dropped a cup of milk, broke the glass. Instead of reacting and get angry, stupid, why did you do this? Look at the child and say, hey, in yourself, tell yourself, one day you could have done the same. You did the same thing, matter of fact. I was this way. This child is not that mature enough, or you just sleep, or something happened. You do not know. Or sometimes you look at people, the way your mind works, the other person's mind doesn't work that way. Because we are failing to understand that, right? The way I think, I expect everybody else to think that way. It doesn't work like that. Probably my mind works at 100 times speed, right? Maybe the other person's mind is at 50, right? Your mind and his mind is different. So you cannot expect that person to have the same speed of mind that you have, right? And then the other person that is lagging their mind behind, they cannot expect the other person to have a slow speed mind, but they have a fast speed. So each one have to work together to understand that, hey, you have 50. When you're doing this, you are so good. I'm 100. When I'm doing this, I'm so good with 100 speed. So therefore, we can work together. You bring your 50 speed, I bring my 100 speed. We work together. 150 speed. Two people, right? That's even more power. Because a car that have 200, 300, the faster it gets, right? So you have 100 speed, I have 50 speed. We bring that together. We have now 150 speed. Instead of saying, oh, look at your speed. Look at 100 speed. We are fighting instead of using that. This is when you are allowed to use each other. That's the only way is allowed to use each other. I'm telling you that. They say don't use a person. It is not true. In these circumstances, you can use a person, but you are using them for the greater good. Not using them to fulfill your own fantasy. This is different. Or fulfill your own ego. You're not using the person for that. You are using the person to fulfill the better spectrum of the planet or people around you. You are fulfilling that, right? So this is a higher purpose. Therefore, you can use a person and then reach that level. Many people see like players, soccer, they have a gift. But you know what? This child is fucking up all the time. They do not know what they're doing. Hey, let me help them. You help them, they reach to a certain success in their life, so happy, they will never forget you. But you did not do this for yourself. You did that for them. Not only for them, for what they bring in to society. Because you look at a person like Ronaldo, Michael Jordan, what they brought, people were excited, happy. You understand, right? So they brought something. So whoever helped them reach that level is a great master. You understand, right? So I'm gonna come back again and tell you that we have to learn to still our minds. Be still and know we are still. Sometimes we have to drop whatever we have and then just sit down by ourselves and then watch ourselves, how we're moving, whatever we're doing. You understand, right? You fix yourself. Therefore, when you do that, you will understand another person. Because I tell you guys, I realize that, right? Anytime somebody fight with me or argue with me, right? There's a type of time when I respond, my heart is not at peace. It's like I'm holding on to something. It is heavy in my heart, right? But the minute I respond and I allow it to flow, my heart is at peace. It's not heavy. It's so light. I'm not holding on to anything. So therefore now, if someone is arguing with me, even if I want to say something, if I sit and think what I'm about to say, is it gonna bring any benefit? I'm just quiet. If somebody's telling me something, I listen to that person. Is it worth it when you say something to this person? I let it go. But some people see you as a weak person, but within yourself, you are strong. Because now your strength is coming not from other people, but it's coming from within. And whatever is coming from within is coming from the Most High. You understand, right? You're not like a remote people are holding. Anything they press it, you are angry. Anytime they press it, you are happy. Anytime they press it, you are sad. You don't allow people to control you no more. Because someone one day told me, he told me, right? You are the only one that you can control. You cannot control anyone else. But guess what? The irony of that is this. The minute you control yourself, you control anything around yourself. You understand, right? So the minute you control, you're not even trying to control anything around yourself, but just the way you live yourself, you get hold of yourself now. Now you know who you are, you understand yourself. Therefore, when you do that, anything around yourself, just bow down to you. Basically, when I say bow down, not by prostrating like this, right? It's just in a way that everything flow freely. You're not controlling anything, but therefore everything is in your hand, in a way, if you understand what I'm saying. Not controlling. It's just you have peace with anything. So when you do those things, you will understand that, hey, I'm a human being. I came here for a purpose, and my purpose, I'm living society. So therefore, when you live with society, you are alone. These people are 100 people. When you decide that, hey, you are going to allow yourself being controlled by 100 people, whatever they do, you're reacting to them. The $100 that the other one that you do, I mean, when you allow them to control you, basically, right, you are with 100 people, right? You are alone. If you have to react to each one of these people, what they do, you become so frustrated. You understand, right? Because 100 people are controlling you. But when you get hold of yourself, these 100 people are there, but you know you are there also. You look at these people that, hey, each one, this is the way they think. These are the type of people I have to work with. I look at what each one of them is good at. This person is a plumber, this person is a mechanic, this person is a carpenter. They are good at all of that. But hey, at the same time, they have weaknesses. This person, they get angry so fast. This person is so confused. This person doesn't know how to talk to someone. How can I merge that? How can I work? How can I become like a master, like what you call that? A craftsman. How you can work with these people? How you can work with them? Whatever they have, you take that. You show them a bigger vision. If you have a vision yourself, and then you guys work together, but you become the forehead. But the minute you do not do that, you are leaving your purpose. You will be falling short every time against these people. You will go in life reacting and forgetting the big picture in life. So what I'm about to say right now is going to be long. Maybe some people will confuse what they listen to me. They'll be like, what the fuck this person even saying, right? I know it's going to take time to understand what I'm saying right now. I promise you. If I'm me the first time, I tell you, the first time I embrace this understanding is this way, right? I met a person. I respect him. Brother Enoch. I will never forget that. Man, he's like a father to me, right? He told me one day, Bah, you have to be like water. I had fought with someone, right? An argument, basically, with my wife, right? And I came to him, and then he was like, Bah, you have to be like water. And in my mind, what the hell is he saying? And I'm like, Brother Enoch, if I become soft in the inside, she will just think I'm weak and this and that, you know? He's like, be like water. You see, water is soft, but it can remove mountains. You see that? And to remove mountain doesn't require this. It requires this. That's why they call the man the head of the household. You understand, right? This even comes to a lot of people who think you have to be manly, this. You know, manly is like this, tough. You know, someone who's always angry, you talk to people, you comment people. That's not manly, you understand, right? Manly is here. And man, you understand, right? It is here. Because this one controls everything. He told me, Bah, don't let your small head, your gland, rule your bigger head. Because if this is ruling, you're not going to be controlled by lust and passion and all of that. Honestly. But when this is always leading, you will always be listening to passion. And then you're just going to go lost in outside, doing whatever. But this start guiding you, you're going to have a purpose. You're going to focus on something, honestly. I understand it's a journey. We all have to take it together. We have to focus on what we really want. It doesn't matter. The path is not already written. There is no path written. You just have to find a path in your life and follow that. And then do your best in that. Don't confuse yourself and say, what I'm going to do. Should I do this? No, don't confuse yourself. Find something that you will know you're really good at. Follow that. Don't worry about the rest. Everything else will fall into places. Like Jesus said, the kingdom of God, of heaven, is within yourself. The kingdom of heaven is within yourself. And then if you want to go to heaven, he'll show you also how to go. But at last, the kingdom of heaven is within yourself. So we have to find that kingdom of heaven. And the minute you find that kingdom, you become kings. The kingdom lives within yourself. Therefore, you are the king, right? You are ruling that kingdom. You understand, right? Instead of focusing the kingdom outside, you are closer to yourself. And then God said in the Quran, I am closer to you than your jugular vein. This is jugular vein. God is saying in the Quran, he's closer to us than this. Therefore, if you are closer to yourself, you become closer to him or her, whatever you want to call him. You know, it doesn't really matter, because sometimes people focus on he is God, her, this, whatever. Those things doesn't matter. What matters is you understand about Almighty being there, closer to us in our jugular vein. And the way we become closer to ourselves also, then we become closer to him. We understand ourselves, and then we understand others. So guys, I just wanted to tell you something. Subscribe and share the videos that I'm making, because I am really passionate about this, man. I want people, whatever I know right now, what I'm following, I want people to touch that and embrace it. For those who are trying to awaken and understand themselves. Share it, and subscribe. If you have any question, just shoot a message, a comment at the bottom. You understand, right? So, one love.